Hari Om. Today we are on the mantra 7 of section 2 of chapter 2. The mantra reads, Ya Sarvajna Sarvavid Yasyaisha Mahima Bhuvi Divyo Brahmapure Hesha Vyomanyatma Pratishṭhita Manomaya प्राणशरीर नेता प्रतिष्ठितोन्ने हृदयं सन्निधाय तत् विज्ञानेन परिपश्यन्ति धीरा आनंदरूपम अमृतम यत् विभाति. This is the rendering of the mantra. Now let's see the meaning as usual in brief, the literal meaning of the mantra. He is all wise and all knowing, and his alone is this glorious manifestations on the earth, clothed in mind, guiding life and body. He is verily established in the cave of the heart, the luminous Brahmapuri is called, the city of Brahman. Seated in the heart, he lives in the whole body of man. In that perfect knowledge of him, the wise realize the immortal state of bliss. This is the meaning of that mantra. Just the meaning of the mantra. Now we'll try and go on the periphery for the explanation. Because as I said, time is a big factor, and one cannot go into the full depth of the meaning of the Upanishads on a time-bound talk like this. Nor can we go indefinitely on time on each episode. That's also not fair. So within the limited time that is available to us, we'll try and give as maximum as possible. But then, as I mentioned to you, you are also expected to supplement this information together with your own self-effort of reading and understanding. Now, the supreme reality is to, so to say, the repository of all wisdom and knowledge. Because every wisdom and knowledge has come from him, and therefore he is a repository of all wisdom and knowledge. He is the very awareness of all thoughts and emotions. This aspect has already been explained earlier. Now here, the Shruti takes a step further and says that all the glorious manifestations on this earth is his. He is the might and power behind every created being and things of this world. Now when you hear this, the arrogant man raises his ego and asks a rishi, how dare you say so? How dare you say that your supreme reality is a master, is a might and power of all what you see in the world? How do you say that? Man, we, in other words, the roof and crown of creation, was responsible for many, many wondrous creations. It was his brain that was behind these creations, and how dare The rishis can claim that the might and power of all created beings is that of Supreme Self. Just look at the great, what shall I say, human endeavors and inventions and discoveries. The Great Wall of China, the Taj Mahal, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the various other inventions and discoveries like starting from telephone, computers, supercomputers, atom bombs, aircrafts, etc., etc. Name what you. These are all living examples of glorious human endeavor. Where does your supreme reality come into this picture? He is quietly sleeping in the cave of your heart. We have not disturbed him. How dare you say this? The Rishi says, quietly, calmly, unagitated, in a very sympathetic and friendly way. Yes, my dear son, true. But my dear friend, you are fully aware that you did not create at least the air, the space, the fire, the water and the earth. Sure? You did not create these things. You never created air, space, fire, water, earth. These five great elements is not created by you. Yes, that was not created by me. So what? Then, now from all your created beings, with all that you have mentioned, from telephone, computer, bomb, aircraft, this, that, supercomputer, everything, whatever you mentioned, the whole list. From all your created beings, please remove the five great elements and return it to him who has created it. Please. From the computer, from the telephone, from the atom bomb, wherever. You remove all this air, space, fire, water, earth and return it to him. And now tell me, what have you created? Think. Or you create something new now, your genius, let it create now anything without touching the five great elements that my boss has created, that has come from the Supreme Reality. There is nothing that you can invent. There is nothing that you can discover. The word discover itself is discover. What has already been there, covered by something, you are only discovering it. Please think. My dear friend, all that you did is you only mixed all the five great elements in varying proportions and seemingly created a new product. That's all you did. In and through your product, my five great elements percolate. We can at best, we can congratulate you, like we congratulate our child or grandchild for creating lukewarm water by mixing hot water and cold water. Yes, you have to take credit for that. You created what? Lukewarm water. From where? From one bucket of hot water, another bucket of cold water. Both I have mixed it and I put it in another bucket which is also made up of the five great elements, and then inside that bucket I created what is called lukewarm water. Yes, you take the credit and we give the credit to you as we would give to our grandson or grandchild. Therefore, By no means arrogate to yourself the glory of all manifestations of this world, my dear friend. You did nothing. The seat of reality is referred to here as Brahmapuri. Think Brahmapuri, the city of Brahman. Brahmapuri is city of Brahman. It is so indicated for the average man to understand. Not that it has got a city inside. Not that. Brahmapuri means there where the Brahman resides. We saw that he operates from the cave of your heart and yet illuminates each and every activity of your body, mind and intellect through the 82,000 nadis or life centers which we explained yesterday, and thus sways his power from the tip to the toe. Please think. Carefully. Through his 82,000 nadis created by him, he himself sitting and operating from the cave of the heart, directs, controls, prompts, nurtures, nourishes through this 82,000 nadis the entire activities of your body, mind and intellect. This scheme of things is not very difficult to understand for us in modern times. Now, where is the government of India seated, please? Where is the government of India seated? Certainly in the heart of Delhi. Then, is there any part in India that is not under the sway of the government of India, including Jammu and Kashmir? There is no single speck of sand in India which is not under the sway of the government of India. The rules, the regulations, everything which is applicable here. The government of India wields its power through 82,000 nerve center bureaucrats, lawmakers and administrators to express the power of the government of India to every nook and corner of the country. In the same way, seated in the cave of the heart, the Supreme Self becomes the very substance of all the activities of man through his body, mind and intellect. To understand and to digest this fact is indeed the first right step towards self-realization. Tat vijnanena paripashyanti dhira ananda rupam amrutam yat vibhati. This is the first step. Tat vijnanena paripashyanti dhira. Paripashyanti. Know it completely. By the knowledge of knowing about the reality, the dhira or the courageous one understands and realizes the self in all fullness, paripashyanti, in all its entirety, in all its fullness, the supreme reality. Who is the one who realizes in full measure? He is the one who realizes in full measure. Now here the word employed is dhira. Dhira is courageous. The courage to detach intelligently from the fascinating world of material pleasures and to hook on the mind to his regime, the reality, it is through an intelligent attachment, a detachment from the world of objects, emotions, and thoughts. It is not the courage of a stupid that the Dhira has. I will tie myself hands and feet with a rope, unable to move, and I express my courage to jump into the sea. It is a stupid courage. What we need is here the Dhira's courage, the courage of the intelligence, the courage of the wise. So after a long period of study on the nature of ever-changing material world, he comes to a convincing conclusion that it is futile to run after fleeting materials in search of an everlasting happiness, and reaches a state of mind that the entire OET is irrelevant to him in his pursuit of absolute happiness. The changing objects, emotions and thoughts, the fleeting objects, emotions and thoughts are only irrelevant to him. They are available, they will be taken. They are not available, I am not worried. But my pursuit, these are not my goals. The objects that you show, the emotions that I feel, the thoughts that I think are not at all my goals at all. They sometimes come and hit me on my journey. I take it in their stride and then carry forward to my destination. Even in the midst of tempting environments and objects, such a man's mind remains steady and unshaken. Those rare few blessed ones are called Dhiras. Kalidasa explains or defines Dhira beautifully. He says, Vikaraheto yada vikriyanta tesham na chetamasi tathaiva dhira. Tathaiva dhira, he who is a Dhira, he alone is a Dhira, whose chetas, whose mind is not agitated or wavered or shaken, despite such situations and objects that may generally create wavering in an ordinary mortal. The process of sadhana is indeed the process of bringing true discrimination to the surface of our mind in dealing with objects, emotions and thoughts in day-to-day life. Such a rare specimen who is intelligently able to withstand the avalanche of pleasure-laden objects and thoughts and constantly direct its intellect to the realm of reality, such a one is termed as Dhira. Such ones are fit for inheriting the true kingdom of self, the self reality. Ananda Rupam Amritam Yat Vibhadi. They alone shall inherit the kingdom of peace, the kingdom of supreme reality, the kingdom of wisest of the wise. Absolute happiness, unbroken happiness, Sandra Ananda Avabodha. And it is not an unbroken happiness which I am not enjoying in the like the deep sleep state. Deep sleep state, you are having unbroken happiness. But then are you enjoying that happiness? No. You are not conscious, you are not aware of that happiness. But here, even while living, a man detached mentally from the onslaughts of objects, emotions and thoughts, merges himself with the supreme reality. He enjoys the bliss. Nandadi, Nandadi, Nandateva. He alone feels happy. He alone feels happy. And who is aware of the happiness, is enjoying that happiness every moment, every bit. We close it for the day and let's see what the Shruti has to teach us tomorrow. Hari Om.